Hi, it's Julie with the Byron Public Library, and I'm going over how to create your parachute and create a parachute person out of a pipe cleaner. So you'll need to gather some items from home. You need a pair of scissors and you need markers. If you indicated on the sign up that you didn't have markers, I put some in your kit for you. I also gave you some extra supplies just in case there's a mishap or if you want to make more than one. So you have your coffee filter. It might not be really flat depending on what happened in the transport. So you may want to flatten that out and maybe locate some books, and you can flatten that under the books for a bit so that it looks nice and flat like this, a little bit easier to color, up to you. So if you're going to let it flatten with under those books, we can just move ahead to creating our parachute person, and we're going to use one pipe cleaner. So pick whatever color you would like out of your bag, get that one pipe cleaner. You want to fold it in half. So line up those ends so it's in half. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to make a little twist at the top, a little loop. That's sort of, think of that as the head for your parachute person. So make your head and then twist that one time so it stays. So now you can see I have a little loop at the top. This is the tricky part. We're going to try to make the arms. And so we're using each one of these long pieces, but obviously this also has to make the body and the legs and the feet. So you're going to pinch, I don't know, about that far down. You're going to pinch it over like that. Okay, so we just kind of made a loop. It's sticking out to the side because I have to do the other side too. So then I'm going to take my other side and I'm going to flip that out. Okay, so those are your arms. So it looks a little weird, but your arms are right there. And then you want to twist. Okay, so it looks a bit like this. It's a little bit loose. So each of these arms, we're going to twist those a few times. So I twisted that one. The other side, we're going to twist. Okay, so now we kind of have arms and we have a head, and you can see my legs aren't even. That's okay. So now we're going to twist these two pieces that are going down. Keep twisting to make the body, the torso. And then I can just trim this with my scissors if I didn't make it exactly even. Or if you want it to be uneven, that is great too. And then you're just gonna crimp the end down like that to make a body. Okay, so that's your person. The trickiest part are these arms. So just rewind and watch it again. I also did include sort of a step-by-step photo instructions, but that arm part is really hard to figure out at first. So just remember that those are coming down. You're just gonna take a bit of them. They need to be twisted a little so they stay. And then the long pieces you twist down to create a torso, and then you want legs and feet. So, and then your other pipe cleaner, you're gonna feed it through each of those loops in the arms, and then you want to kind of make it centered. Okay, so that's how your person is going to hang from the parachute. So I slipped this through those arms. We left a little loops for the arms. All right, so then we're going to set that aside, and then you need to decorate your parachute. So use your markers. I would also recommend putting something underneath, because these markers, since this is so thin, they can go right through and maybe stain your table. So get a piece of newspaper or a tray or something that you can put under your surface so that when you color, it doesn't go all the way through. So this part's fun. Just have fun. Like here's the one I made. I made it really colorful. I kind of alternated different colors and different patterns on mine. So make it as colorful as you want. Once it's decorated, you're going to fold it in half. Okay, so it's folded in half. And then the seam, the side that's folded, that should be up. And then we need to make 2 very small snips in this. And it's gonna be just a little bit in from the outside. I have a picture also for that. So again, a tiny, tiny snip. You're not making a big cut. If you wanna mark it off with a pencil or even with this, you can, if that makes it easier for you. It's obviously gonna be a lot easier to see on this because I didn't color mine yet. But then I'm just gonna take a teeny snip. So just use the edge of your scissors. Again, you can always make it bigger. So make it really small. If it's too small, it's easy to enlarge it. So in fact, I think I was, oh, that side's good. This side I was maybe a little bit too conservative. I'm gonna just make that one a tiny bit bigger. So you really just want very, very small snips. So then you're going to open it up. Then you need to take your parachute person that's attached to this. And we're going to go from underneath. This is going to go through that little slit that you made, right? It's gonna go through. And then what you need to do is twist it down onto the longer piece so that it's connected. So we're gonna twist it on the longer piece underneath. Okay, so now I have one side attached and my other side is not, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go from underneath with this and I'm gonna poke it through that little bitty hole that I made, like so. I'm gonna stick it out a little bit so you can see it. And then I'm going to bend this over the side and twist on, okay? And then we might need to adjust a little bit if our parachute person isn't in the center. Then you wanna kind of fluff this up a bit into the form so it looks more like a parachute and isn't like a flat folded thing, okay? So here it is. Here's the one that I decorated earlier with my person hanging down. Then you need to find something that has some height. If it's a nice day, maybe take it to the park with you or something, because you can climb up to the top of where you would slide down and drop it over the edge. I tried it out here at the library. I dropped it over the top floor down to the bottom, and it actually worked very well. So just fluff it out. If it doesn't work so great for you, re-fluff it and make sure, let it go, and it'll float down right there. It just floated down there. So it's obviously more fun if it's from a higher height, but talk it over with your parents to see if there's a good spot at home you can do this. If not, maybe a park on a nice day. So have a great time. Thanks for joining me.